Alright, so I've been playing a lot of Super Auto Pets lately, which if you don't know is a free game. That's a simple auto battler that you can play right now. I'll probably put like a link in the description. And I'm just gonna show like a pretty simple strategy to try to win. At least that's what I'm hoping to do. I don't know if it's actually gonna go very well. But I also made a tier list of like the animals in the game to give a general idea of what to go for, I think. I kind of based it off of what's most likely to get you 10 wins. At least in my opinion, I have played this game a lot again. The golden poop and the background, that's 10,000 points. Doesn't mean I'm good, just means I've played a lot. Anyway, you can go for the duck strat early on, but I don't think it's super consistent in arena. It's a lot better in versus. So ants and fish are pretty much what you want early game, except for if you can get an ant and a cricket combo. This actually works out really well because the ant will buff it, and then you have a 3-3 that will probably trade with something, and then you summon the 1-1 cricket and win. Alright. The name, of course, very important, will be the Crunchy Streamers. Okay. So, pretty much what you want to just go for is really high stats in this game. So this is attack and this is health, if you don't know. And you just want high numbers, because high numbers are good. And would you look at this? The exact scenario that I said would happen happened. There we go. That's one win. That's usually how you get wins in the early game. Again, there's going to be some element of RNG that you can't always account for. So I'm thinking we'll definitely go with a otter early game too. It just gives buffs. And then what you really want in this game is level 2 units. Level 2 units really help out a lot. And then we'll freeze that otter. So late game, what you kind of want, I think like the best strat is to just go for a really strong unit and then maybe like a tiger snake behind it. I think that is probably one of the most consistent ways to win. There's also the strat of going dodo rooster, but that does require you like to get kind of lucky early on. Oh, we're gonna lose this one. Okay. So the beginning is RNG, alright? I don't know if I mentioned this before, but you know, there's some element of shop RNG, obviously. Okay, so we can buy this. That's not really what we want to see, but that's fine. We can give it bone attack. I think bone attack is really good early on. So if you just want wins, I think it's worth going for. Now we can combine the ants and roll a flamingo at the front. So pretty much in the early game, you just want to have 2 of a unit instead of combining them, but eventually, if you want space, you start combining stuff. Also, getting things to level 2 doubles their ability, typically, which is very important late game. And it's kind of what makes the tiger one of the, or in my opinion, the best unit in the game, because, okay, this doesn't look great. If you get a unit to level 2 and then you tiger it, it's like having a level 4 unit. Alright, so 2 early losses is not great, but I still believe in this team. Okay, a kangaroo is interesting, actually. So, typically what you want to do is you want to put a kangaroo behind your strongest unit. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to sell something. We can either sell the otter or we can sell the flamingo. I will sell the flamingo. And I will put the cricket at front and then a kangaroo at the back. So you just want something really strong, and if it like can summon something, that's even great. That's even better. And then, yeah, hopefully we can get like garlic armor and just buff this cricket as much as possible. Kangaroo is very good middle game. It can get you a lot of wins, but it does fall off late game. So 8-9 is just super good. Look at that. Definitely lucky to get a kangaroo early. You kind of just want to like, I mean, it's hard for me to resist just taking anything that isn't like a tier 3 unit when you level stuff up. When you level stuff up, you also unlock something that's a tier above. A monkey is great, actually. Wow. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have to sell otter probably. Now the question is, do we want to give a random friend +2/+2 first? Actually kind of a tough one. I'm gonna say no. because you get 2 gold for selling a level 2 unit, and at the moment I just want to have enough money for everything. Squirrel is not very good. Okay, so what do we want to do? We just want to buff this cricket. The monkey gives the cricket +2/+2. And we're looking to give it garlic armor instead of bone attack so it survives as long as possible for our kangaroo. Okay, see, we traded with like 2 of their strongest units. And now we're gonna have a 9/10 kangaroo. So if you're wondering about like my win rate in this game, I would put it at like maybe 2/3 of the time I can win, but it's hard because sometimes you run into really strong teams. Wow, we actually lost that one. Yeah, we're down to 1 life already. It doesn't mean it's over, but it's not looking great. So what we want to do is actually we want to pill this ant. That's what I'm looking for. Perfect. Okay. Now it gives +4/+2. That's fine. I don't mind that. Okay, yeah, we can buy this snail. And we can sell this snail. And we'll look for something a little bit better. Garlic armor is pretty much exactly what we want. So we're going to replace bone attack, even though it seems kind of strange to only roll 4. But Badger B is also very good just to have in case. I don't think it's quite necessary. Actually, what we really want is we want garlic armor, so we should roll for that. You know what? We're going to unlock tier 4 stuff next turn. We don't need that. Also, you typically want your weakest unit in the back, just because you're most likely to get a win that way. Because you want to trade with like your previous second to last unit with their unit. Alright. Yeah, so we got a really good combo now, but the problem is, what are we going to do late game? I'm pretty sure we're going to win a few in a row here, at least. Okay, skunk can kind of work. It's like a decent placeholder for the time being. We would like garlic armor. Okay, just kidding. We're going to sell fish. We're going double monkey, so we're giving +4/+4 again. It's often better just to have 2 of instead of combining. And then, I mean, a rooster is also good. I would not mind trying to go for a rooster. Okay, now we're definitely going for the rooster. You can freeze a snail, but of course when you have 1 life, it's not worth it. So 19/19. This should be good enough to win. Yeah, and ideally you'd get a level 2 kangaroo, so it would double its effect. But we haven't seen that, so that's okay. Still should win. Just need garlic on the kangaroo. If we can get it to level 2, we're going to sell the skunk probably. Okay, garlic, the kangaroo. Let's sell skunk. And we're rolling rooster. So this seems risky right now, because we don't know how well this is going to work late game. But I think rooster is definitely one of those things that you want late game, because it is extremely good when you level it up. It summons even more stuff, and also it scales. So even though it's an 8/8 right now, like once it gets to like a 20 or 30 attack, then you're summoning so many units with really strong attack. Okay, so we're going to trade with the hippo, that's fine. Our unit in front of the kangaroo is much better than theirs, so we're going to win. This was like the most sketchy round since we didn't buff our cricket, but we still won, so we're good. There we go, there's 5. Now the question is, okay, perfect. We just needed to get this guy to level 2. Now the problem is, so it summons 2 things. You gotta move it back in the lineup, which means that we're back to buffing our cricket, I guess. We can give this guy splash attack, and we can can up. We're not gonna lose this one. No way. We got a 23/23. We got a level 2 chick. We can even go for a dodo. If we can get enough cans, you can go for a late dodo. So I don't know, this strategy, like, there's not something that's going to win you a game every time, because there's so many animals in the shop, and you can't reliably just like roll everything you want every time, so you are going to have to base your strategy on what is in the shop. But it still can work out pretty well. Uh, okay, so we are gonna combine monkeys. We're gonna go dodo. It seems a little risky. We can freeze it and see if we can get like a can. Okay, no. That's fine. I didn't want a can anyway. Actually, no, let's roll again. Okay, we might just go for a level 3 chick. Rooster, whatever. It's not looking great right now, but if we can get like a cow, there we go. Cow is really good because again, like just stats are the best thing, and this gives the stats the quickest. Okay, so 25, 25. It's okay, as long as we don't run into like a scorpion, I guess we'll be okay. Even if we do, we have a pretty strong rooster in the back. And the scaling for this kangaroo is not great late game. So this is at the point where we're going to start thinking about like selling it. Because what we invested in is these chicks to really like carry us in the late game. Okay, we're actually going to go for this rooster apparently. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and stake this guy so we don't lose, just in case. There we go, cow, and we're gonna buff our dodo. Actually, there's not really a point in buffing the dodo at the moment. Huh, actually, now that I think of it, what do we want to buff? I guess we just buff the rooster. And we're really looking to just get a level 3 rooster. We can actually and then hopefully buy a dodo next turn. We can also buy a scorpion. I think scorpion's definitely top tier unit. It's always worth buying. Okay, we froze a lot of things, but like if we live this one, it's looking a little sketchy. Our team's getting a little worse. Okay, and that's exactly what you didn't want to see. Is a rooster and a level 3 kangaroo. What? My God, that kangaroo is gonna get insanely strong. Okay, it's only 35, 46, so there's a chance. Yeah, there we go. So we still win because again, rooster, really good late game. Okay, so we are gonna can. We won't, we will have enough money. Okay, I didn't even bother calculating. Oh well. Get that rooster up, and we can put a scorpion in the front, just in case. I don't love having something with stake attack in the back. At this point, I think we can probably even sell kangaroo and go for snake. Snake, again, a top tier unit. If you just follow the tier list, you know, that I made. Those are the things you typically want to go for, but you do have to know when to like switch over. Kangaroo, like I said, bad late game, and that's why you go scorpion. Perfect example there. A lot of people tend to just stack their strongest unit in front. Not always the best idea, because once you get tier 5 units, you get scorpions, or sometimes even earlier. Alright, there's 9 wins. I think this is kind of a good like proof of concept, maybe. Okay, so at this point, the dodo is not even doing too much, honestly. We can probably sell the dodo, or we could just sell the kangaroo. This is an interesting decision. So I'm going to go ahead and sell the kangaroo and the dodo. The double sell, actually. And then, just because this is the last round, I don't... okay. Just in case, you can still get a tie, of course. Just looking for a level 2 snake. Alright, so we're kind of relying on this level 3 rooster. Maybe it wasn't the best idea. Okay. Wow, we actually survived. And this guy gets rid of melon armor as well, which is really helpful. And it looks like we're gonna win. Perfect. See, we didn't even need our level 3 rooster. That was gonna deal 60 damage. So even though things were a little sketchy in the early game, we kind of invested into a good late game strategy, and that's pretty much what you have to do. Is you just have to, you know, get good RNG in the beginning, and then you gotta like build for late game and hope you live. I don't know. you want to go into scaling. Again, I think Monkey A tier, so you definitely want to just like try to buff stuff as much as you can. The tier list doesn't have food on it, but I think pears are really good and canned food is really good because you're definitely going to buy stuff in the future, and if you have the lives, you definitely want to buy canned food. And then I think steak is good and melon armor to protect from scorpions for the most part. Anyway, that's going to be it for this. Thanks for watching. I don't know how helpful this actually was, but hopefully, like, someone learned something. Alright, see ya.